Hi, Dr. Lowe. Good evening. This is Rebecca Pope. I'm doing Project 2. My client is Mrs. Feldman, client S. She's a 51-year-old woman with flaccid dysarthria secondary to Guillain-Barré syndrome. As you know, it affects the muscles and the muscles that control feelings, pain, temperature, and touch, and speech. With Mrs. Feldman, it has resulted in muscle weakness and a loss of sensation in her legs and her arms, and has affected her speech. She's, like I said, flaccid dysarthric. And right now, she's really not speaking at all. Phonation is effortful, and she doesn't, it's weak results. She's in a rehabilitation hospital, and she's showing signs of recovery and improvement. She's been taken off the ventilator, and she's still dysarthric, as she's considered in the stage 2 loss of speech stage. She's very depressed, and understandably so. Not only is this happening to her, but when you're not able to communicate with those around you, you get depressed, and I'm sure that's part of it. So we want to help her with that. As we know, AAC helps us interact in conversations. It helps us being able to participate in recreation, establishes and maintains our social roles, and it helps meet our personal needs. So we need to find a couple things that work for her. I've developed a couple of different things modalities, because I don't know what's going to work. And as she goes through the process of the phases, what works today, she may grow out of. So I've created quite a few little different things. So we know that we want to fit the device to the person, not fit the person to the device. So in that light, I'm thinking she's just coming out of being off the ventilator. So I'm assuming that they have already developed an eye blink system and a way of doing yes and no. But if not, I would help her with that. I would train her on that, develop a system. But here's is an alphabet board. We immediately would be working on yes, no questions. Here's got some cueing about, it starts with new word. So she could be able to communicate using the alphabet board. Whoops. Partner assisted, or when she is able to move her hands, she'll be able to use it. I thought about a pointer, but I thought that because she's going to recover, I opted not to do the pointer. I felt like with partner assisted scanning, and by the time she starts to gain mobility of her hands, that she wouldn't need to do like a head pat. Besides, I think you easily fatigue when you're doing that, and I think that that's not the best fit for her. She doesn't need to be doing this with her head. So there's this one. Also, the eye linking. I created a eye linking board for her for partner assisted, and so she could look at the letter, and when we line up, I know what she's looking at, and then I write down the letter, and she can communicate what she needs to with the eye linking board. So the main thing is that she would have a notebook like I have here, and I have it where she's got this right by her bed, so that if she goes into any kind of, she has any kind of problems, medical problems, the nurse can quickly get it out, and she can say whether where the pain is, and over here is she's got the alphabet board. If she is able to do it at that point, she can spell out. And also, if she needs to request anything, I need my head up, my head down, I need a drink. Those are right here, easy for her, along with being able to just say what the pain is, and be able to communicate that as well. And then here in written form is the same thing. I opted to have pictures along with the written word, because she does use corrective lenses. If she doesn't have her glasses on, she's not going to read the words that easily. I know I don't read the words that easily when I can't see anything in front of me without my glasses. So she's in bed, and she may not always be able to get her glasses on. So it's all about being able to communicate. We want her to be able to communicate. And if having a picture helps her see something and read it quickly, then that's what we want for her. So I opted to have throughout the written word and pictures, and only so that she can communicate more easily, because she is a literate woman and she has all her faculties as far as cognition and language, all of that. So here I have a kind of a code, so people who are visiting know what communication communication board is where. So for the yellow, it says that there's alphabet boards, yes, no, and core vocabulary and small talk. In the red, it's urgent, help, I feel, I need. So those are going to be more urgent things. In blue is my wants and needs, food, hygiene, and activities. And then in green, it's about me, my family, my life, my job, and my interests. And then in case somebody comes, like maybe an insurance person or a counselor or something that doesn't know her, she's got right here a little about her, a little blurb about her communication level at this point. Hi, please read. This is my communication notebook. Please realize that I'm intelligent. You can talk to me directly. I can understand you. And then I can indicate yes and no. Please ask me some yes and no questions. And then it goes on from there. But this is in case somebody needs to know at what level she's communicating. And then I also wanted to make her up a calendar so she can know where what's going on for the week, because I think she needs to regain some of that control in her life, and at least being able to see when she's got OT, PT, speech, a social worker, doctor's appointments. I have this out there so she can see it. And then also here's that communication board, so that's right there for her. But also I created a communication board for her as she moves along in her recovery. Her needs are going to change, and I developed core vocabulary for her. I did it alphabetically because I don't think she's going to be thinking about this is a pronoun. I want to say a pronoun. Now I want to say a verb. I think the words are going to come. I want to say the word best, worst, sad, and those are going to come to her via, in my mind, I would think alphabetically. And so that's what I did. And I kind of color coded them, but the color coding is just to help her. It's not really verbs as a certain color. It's the color coding for the letters, how it starts alphabetically. So all the B's are in a certain color, all the THs are in a certain color. And then there's also the alphabet board here that will help her, so she can actually use some of these and then this with it to make a longer sentence or get her point across. Also, I have down here, I have some common things she might want to say, drink, eat, good, bad, hot, cold, pain, tired. So again, that's right easily, so she can point to this and point down to these. And I made an extension for her, so when she's either patient, see, this can come off. I had an idea that this would extend out and stay. It didn't work, but I could get it to work, and I would be determined to do so. But here is some WH questions. Here's temporal. So she might want to say at 6 o'clock today, I'm going to have dinner. So, and here's the days of the week. And again, another yes and no. I want her to have plenty of opportunities to say yes and no. And then here, this was supposed to fan out, like I said. And it's if she's engaging in conversation, like someone comes to visit her from work, she has things to say that that are just social. So it might be, how are you doing? How's your family? She might talk about her family. My kids are. And then she might want to say, I really miss, and then she could spell out work. She could spell out raising money for the charity I love. I mean, it's all about being able to communicate as much as we can and fatigue as less as we can. So we want her to have both of those as options. And also down here, tell me more. Can you tell me about, and any gossip, because what woman doesn't like a little gossip about the workplace? Even though we might be in the hospital, we want to know what we're missing. So here are those kinds of things. And then she can say, have a good day. I'm so glad you came. Thank you. So phrases, sentences, and words, alphabet board, and pictures all help her get her ideas and her thoughts across and her needs. And here's another one I made up. And it's about, it's all about me and you. And so this is about her. I'm divorced. I live in a condo downtown. I have, 3 children, adult children. I'm a public defender. I'm an active member of the Bar Association, and I have Guillain-Barré syndrome. I'm involved in charity activities. So she may want to share with somebody about herself. And also here is she may want to ask somebody about herself. Do you have family? What happened to you? What did you do before this happened? And then say, I'm sorry. And I want to apologize. My cat's in the background. He doesn't like to be locked out. Okay, and then the red is pain. She might be able to say about any kind of pain that she's having, or she may need a Kleenex. She may want a drink. So here again, words and pictures. It's only to make the pictures only are to make communicating easier and quicker for her and less frustrating. And then along with that is she might want to communicate in quickly some things she might want. I want a blanket. I want some lotion. I want some lip balm. I want the TV on. I want to go to the bathroom. So it all depends on where she's at in her recovery, what she needs. But this is like immediate kind of stuff. I think she's going to outgrow this rather quickly, and she'll be going into more of this kind of thing where she can talk about what she wants as far as food. Right now, I don't know if she's on a parade diet or if she's eating full solid food. But here she can talk about what she wants and what she doesn't want. She can say, I want a cup of coffee, but I don't want cream. I would like some toast, but no butter, you know. So here, this will change as she changes, or as, you know, her diet changes. And we can always add. That's the one thing about the notebook that makes it so nice, is that we can add pages and take away pages as needed as she evolves through the recovery phases. Here again, this is hygiene. She may want to say she wants a little makeup. She knows somebody's coming to visit her. She wants a little makeup and some lotion. She wants to brush her teeth. And then maybe she and here again, I want and I don't want. So she might want to say, I want to wash my face, but I don't want to take a shower. So again, whatever's going to make the communication quicker and less frustrating. Here's some activities, immediate activities that she might be engaged in. I understand now she's just, she has, she's gaining, control over from the neck up. I opted to think about the whole time there, not just the couple of weeks. So here she might be eventually checking email, and she might want to go outside in the chair. She may want to read her legal thrillers. So here's some things that she might want to do in the confines of a rehabilitation hospital. She may want to see pictures of her family. And then as we go into our green, she may want to share about her family. This says, this is my daughter Jen. She's away at college. And this is my son Tyler, and he goes to community college. And this is my eldest daughter Kim. She is a teacher for the School of the Deaf. And so these are not going to change. So if we have these already pre-made up, she can share about her family, and she can save her energy for other things. She can add on to her conversation, but she can save her energy on those things that are not going to change. Those kids are going to be your kids. And again, she's going to be there from like 4 months to a year. She's not going to need this forever. She may need this some because after she's got modality of, arms and legs are moving and everything, because she is dysarthric, and this could help her. But again, it will change as she changes, and she may not need the pictures anymore. She'll have her glasses on all the time. So anyway, so she wanted to share about her personal life. I live in a condo downtown. It has a balcony with a nice view. I raise orchids. I love legal thrillers. I go to aerobics class, and this is my best friend, Ronit. And I understand she likes to raise orchids. I pictured in my head a garden. I realized the orchids are in pots, but I had already made this up. And again, we're flexible. We change as she changes, so we would always add in those other things as it comes a need to. But here I started having about her garden, so she could share what she loves to do with people. Because she's going to meet people and interact with people as she's going through the recovery process at the rehab hospital. So she needs to have a communication book that will change with her. Also, I made up a couple of pre-made sentences for speech therapy. And OT. She's going to be having OT. Oops. And for PT. And in these, I didn't have too many, but in these would be common things that she may need to say in this capacity. So she might say, I'm getting tired. How am I doing? I need help. How many? She wants to know how many reps she's going to do in her PT and OT. And again, speech therapy, she might want to say, I can do this. I need my glasses. So they're very tailor-made for the particular context because she doesn't want to be flipping through them, but there's only a few and she has an hour, of PT, OT, and speech, each day, let's say. She's got some, anything to save her, keep her from fatiguing. And then also I made up one that has an alphabet board that she can always hook to any of those. Here's a bunch of things that will evolve as she evolves. She may want to say, is there speech OT or OT therapy today? Am I doing okay? My eyes are getting tired. So she's able to communicate those things. But again, we don't want too many on there, but I made quite a few so she can change out as she needs them. Real quickly, I have two other things that she may need. She's going to be having tests and going to the doctors. However she gets there, this can easily go in her wheelchair or a gurney. I don't know how she gets down to these things, but it'll evolve as she evolves. So it might say, can I have a blanket? You know how hospitals are always cold. When can I go back to my room? What time is it? So these are things that she might want to say when she's having tests or procedures done. And another one that can go in her gurney or chair, and it's is a chart that talks about how she's feeling, what she wants or needs, and her pain. So all of these things quickly be able to communicate her wants and needs immediately. So thank you. I tried to speed through this as much as I could. And I want to thank you for the opportunity of doing this activity. It was wonderful. I won't waste any more of your time, but I learned so much from this activity. Thank you.